a fine not exceeding 20,000. You know, you can put a fine not exceeding 2 million, which means you can be fined 1,000, depending on how much you have polluted. If you are just that person who have just thrown a piece of paper, then you can be fined 1,000. But supposing we are not exceeding 20,000, and there is that big industry, like the tannery in our Songiro, polluting the whole environment and destroying the health of so many Kenyans, not exceeding 20,000, they will gladly pay the fine.
Okay, now we'll have the Vice Chair. Honorable Chair, you have the liberty even to consult your legal people here.
Yes.
As we hear from Honorable Vice Chair. And then I'll give you a chance to make the final stab on this. Honorable Musiemi. No, it's not you, Honorable Akinyi.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, they do not know me in the name Musiemi.
I do. It is only the Speaker that does know. Know you as that.
Mr. Chair, the issue here is only about segregation of the waste. It is not the pollution exercise. So what we are saying is that even household people, you know, if they don't segregate their waste in the right way and do not dispose it in the right way, then they are liable to being charged 20,000 or imprisonment of that period of time. So we are only looking at that act of, you know, segregating the waste and not delivering it in the designated places. So it's not the whole action of polluting. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, I'm sure the Chair is still consulting. Chair, Honorable Majority Leader. And we have to conclude this.
Yeah,
really. I'm just buying a bit of time for the Chair to
I can see
finish his
Nikal
consultation.
Nikal is getting excited. But if you look at the new 19A, it's basically, first of all, the new clause is splitting the respective roles of, you know, the citizen and the waste service provider. And basically says a person shall segregate waste at source. Okay? Now, and shall dispose the waste to only licensed waste providers. Okay? Now, so the punishment is if you do not do any of those two, segregate at source or dispose the waste to only service providers, then you can be punished with up to 20,000. But regardless of the volume, right? But this is additional to other provisions in terms of what you must do. And remember, we talked earlier about the Cabinet Secretary gazetting the category of service providers that shall be required to provide their waste management plans. So taking care of the volumes. So those things will be captured within there. But this particular clause is only addressing the issue of non-compliance with the provision of this law in relation to segregating the waste and using a licensed service provider, not disposing.
Okay, now, Chair, no, let's hear from the Chair first. No, Honorable Nikal, let's give the Chair. She may give the direction. But we also have to waste to save some time. But also, Chair, as you speak to it, you may want to help members carry along the members slowly. Okay. Allow the small persons, the small entities, and the big entities, the households, and the big entities. If you look at the clause 19 of the original bill, provides for a bigger entities. But anyway, Honorable Chair, please carry along the members slowly.
And Chair, thank you so much. I'm well guided, and I want to thank Honorable Nikal, who is my best friend, and what he's raising are issues that really needs clarification. But if he goes and he goes through clause 19 properly, he will see that the big entities, the providers, they have bigger fines and they have bigger, like 200,000. If you go into details of 19 carries the big entities.
Is it 19.2 just for this 19.2?
Yes. this is separate for the other small entities and the citizens at that level, so that if they are not able to do the segregation, then they will be able to be fined. A small mama kiosk, if she is not able to, then that is the 20,000 that is going to be. But the rest of the providers, the big volumes, they have been covered very well if you go through 19. Just, 92.
Okay, very well. Honorable members, please, let's make progress on this, really. And now, honorable members, we must make progress. We have taken quite a bit of time. Okay, well, honorable members have to take a decision on this, honestly. Honorable members, I will now put the question that clause 19A be now read a second time. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of the contrary opinion say nay? Nay! The ayes have it. I propose a question that new clause 19A be part of the bill. I put the question that new clause 19A be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 19B.
Honorable Chair, please move for the second reading of new clause 19B.
And Chair, and I move that the new clause 19B be read a second time.
What is the import?
The import is the same as 19A, just so that we provide for duty for segregation by West citizens and West service providers, so that you can have clear roles of the two.
Honorable members, I propose a question that new clause 19B be now read a second time. I will put, yes, Honorable Gishimo.
Chair, in my construction of 19B and 19A2, I think there is no difference, because 19A2 provides what happens if you do not segregate and dispose the waste to the licensed areas or the licensed providers. 19B talks about the same, a waste service provider who shall deliver segregated waste collected to facilities licensed and designated in accordance with this Provision Act. Then it says if you don't do that, which is already covered under 19A2. So I think that's over-legislating, and I think it has no import.
Okay, let's hear from the majority. One looks like it is a person, the other one is a service provider.
Yes, they're different.
Entity. Honorable Gishimo, but honorable majority. 1 minute.
Indeed, Honorable Chair, you have nailed it. 19A refers to the person generating the waste, and 19B refers to the service provider. So the two are very distinct. That the one who generates the waste then must use our service provider. So the two provisions are now brought side by side. Yeah.
As I agree that the two are different, but this bill is actually not going to serve us well. Even when we were saying 19A is provided for in 19, 19 is about a plan. 19A is about production. So this one I agree again. Here we are now talking about a provider that can be a very huge company. And again, we are limiting it to a fine not exceeding 50,000 shillings. You know, I find that limiting imagine a huge somebody who is collecting it from whole estates and has a fleet of 50 vehicles or 100 vehicles and is not doing it properly. And then you go and fine him 50,000 shillings. He'll pay you. Let me tell you, I think it's in Luanda, when they actually made provisions for people who are throwing cans and banana peels out of vehicles, and I think they were finding some money. They were just going and paying until the law was changed that they were to be jailed. Then it was curbed. In terms of environmental, of that, again, a huge, in 19, which we can't go back to, is only 200,000. So this one, I'll now say, at least let's save this one and let's give them up to $1 million. That's my suggestion if the mover will agree.
Okay, honorable members, we have to make progress on this. Yes, leader. And then the House makes a decision.
Chair, just for the comfort of Dr. Nyikal, I believe in clause 16 that we just passed, we did actually provide for a person in charge of public entity that discharges waste contrary to the provision, commits an offense, and provided for $1 million shillings. So again, it's already provided elsewhere in terms of discharging of the waste. And here we're only talking of the segregation of the waste.
Okay.
So the issue, again, when you look at the bill in totality, you'll find that there are stiffer fines for actual discharge. But then these are for the processes before discharge.
Honorable members, I'll put the question that new clause 19B be now read a second time. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of the contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I propose the question that new clause 19B be part of the bill. I put the question that new clause 19B be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of the contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Schedule.
I propose the question that the schedule be the schedule of the bill. Yes, there is an amendment by the Honorable Chair.
This amendment seeks to introduce a new schedule to provide for the conduct of affairs and business of the council.
Honorable members, I propose a question that the schedule be the schedule of the bill. I will put the question that the schedule be the schedule of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Order. Order, members. Even the chair should be able to vote at the very least.
Okay.
Honorable members, I'll put that again. I will now put the question that the schedule be the schedule of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as are of the contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
The new schedule.
Honorable Chair, second reading of the new schedule.
Chair, I move that the new schedule be read a second time. The new first schedule be read a second time.
Honorable members, I propose a question that the new schedule, the new first schedule be now read a second time. I will put the question that the new first schedule be the schedule be now read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I propose the question that the schedule be the schedule of the bill. I will put the question that the schedule be the schedule of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 2.
I propose the question that clause 2 be part of the bill. We had an amendment. Yes, Honorable Chair.
And Chair, I move that clause 2 be amended as proposed in the order paper. Chair, this provides for clarity in definition, provided and introduce key definition that has been omitted. For example, provider's responsibility, public entity, recycle, and sustainable waste management. Those are the clear definitions that are being put and being proposed for amendment.
I propose the question that clause 2 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Chair. I will put the question that clause 2 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 2 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of the contrary opinion say? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Long title.
Long title. I propose a question that the long title be the title of the bill. Honorable Chair, you have an amendment?
Chair, I move that the long title be amended as it is on the order paper. This is purely for correcting the errors, Chair.
Honorable members, I propose a question that the title be amended as proposed by the Honorable Chair. I put the question that the title be amended as proposed by the Honorable Chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that the title as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
I propose the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. We have no amendment to that. I will put the question that the clause 1 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, we are done with that bill, so we shall ask the mover to move reporting.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Sustainable Waste Management Bill, National Assembly Bill number 22 of 2021, and its approval thereof with amendments.
I put the question, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Sustainable Waste Management Bill, National Assembly Bill number 22 of 2021, and its approval thereof with amendments. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Very well, members, we shall now move to reporting. Chairperson.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Sustainable Waste Management Bill, National Assembly Bill number 22 of 2021, and approved the same with amendments.
Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report, and I also request the Honorable Safi Abdi to second the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
I second.
Honorable members, allow me then to propose the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. The Honorable Sangak.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Looking at the House, we are not properly constituted. So, Honorable Speaker, we don't have quorum.
Yes, the Honorable Sangok rightfully has stood in his place and pointed the eye of the Speaker that I therefore direct that the quorum bell to be rung for the next 10 minutes. Yes, the quorum bell, I can't hear it ringing. Yes.
Honorable Chris Omulele, who is currently presiding over the business of the House, had ordered that the bell be rung for 10 minutes to allow for more members to access the chamber. This is upon a point of order by the nominated MP, David Ole Sankok, who claims, or who had claimed, the House does not have the requisite numbers to proceed with its business this afternoon. At the Committee of the Whole, the House was considering the Sustainable Waste Management Bill that has already been concluded at the committee stage. The county, under the Sustainable Management Bill, is that the county governments will be responsible for implementing the devolved functions of waste management. The devolved units will also ensure that waste management legislation is in conformity with the Act within a period of 1 year coming into the operation. This being a bill by Honorable Kareke Mbioki that seeks to have proper waste disposal mechanisms put in place. The House at is stands pursuant to Standing Orders number 35, subsection 1, 2, and 3, doesn't have the requisite quorum to proceed with business. And so the presiding chair directed that the bell be rung for 10 minutes to allow for more members access the chamber. In the committee's observation and in considering the bill, the committee observed that the Sustainable Waste Management Bill number 2020-2021 is a progressive legislation which, once enacted, will enable the waste management in the country to have a paradigm shift in solid waste management. According to the committee report, the provisions in the bill will ensure circular economy where waste management will become raw material and hence enhance job creation. Among the proposals in the bill is that major responsibilities with veto powers for the Cabinet Secretary. There's need to check the powers of the Cabinet Secretary, and this is through consultations with the county governments, as waste is a devolved function. For instance, the Cabinet Secretary has sweeping powers to designate substance, material, or objects as waste. The bill further proposes to create Waste Management Council, whose chairperson is proposed by the Cabinet Secretary in charge of waste management. The post chairperson is also providing for policy direction. And there's, however, need to separate the council chair from the policy-making role for oversight purposes. Subsection 114 in committee observation is that with the establishment of the Waste Management Council, some of its functions are in the purview of the authority, NEMA, and that there's need to ensure that the council is the platform between national and the county governments, and this is in addressing the waste management function, whereas the authority provides the technical expertise on waste management matters. The bill also proposes lenient penalties to ensure that they are enhanced for sustainable waste management. The bill has, however, not provided for e-waste management, which is a major source of waste with the current technological advancement, and this therefore needs to provide for the regulation of the waste e-management. These are some of the observations by the committee, and in its report, the committee recommends that, having considered the Sustainable Waste Management Bill, that the bill is considered by the House, and we have witnessed that at the committee stage. There being lack of quorum in the National Assembly, the bell continues ringing as members make their way into the chamber.
In the circumstances, the time being 5:15 p.m., this House started adjourned until Wednesday, 23rd February 2022 at 9:30 a.m.